dancehall and dancehall artists has reached an unthinkable level worldwide as it relates to fame for the lyrics and the lyrical content that they have made in the dancehall space, right? Joining me on the phone lines right now is the multi-award-winning Sean Paul, dancehall superstar, we can call him. And I want to get his views on whether he feels that the gun lyrical content in the dancehall space has some type of effect on the criminality going on in Jamaica. Sean, wagwan, my brother.
Well, go on, Chin. Big up yourself, bro.
Give thanks, man. Thank you for giving us your opinions on this so popular topic these days. Gun
Yeah, man.
lyrics, bad man songs. As you know, we all grew up on them. You know, bad man
Yes.
songs in the dance hall, gun lyrics in the dance hall. Are we now feeling like it has had some bearings over a period of time on the increasing crime rate and murder rate and criminality in the community, in our communities in Jamaica?
I'm going to say a few things. I don't say that it makes a person pick up a gun and go and do a violent act or become a criminal immediately. Like, a person is not going to hear one song from Sean Paul if it's violent or whatever. Tell it, and they're not going to go pick up their gun or pick up a life of crime because of the one song. Okay? But I do say that it sure contributes to the escalation of being complacent with violence.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you check that out, and you check out the fact that I believe in word sound power, a lot of people don't actually believe in it. I believe that your word shall become flesh and walk amongst men, which means ideas go in people's heads, some things that they discussed with someone that they have never considered before, and it can change their mind, it can educate them differently about the topic, it can actually help them set a mood. Now, unlike drugs, like someone might take drugs and can blame it and say, yo, my violence or my life of crime was because of these drugs or whatever, right? It's a substance. You can say a lot of crackheads end up run out of things and then we go look it, right? Okay, but you can't say that about music. You can't say music made the guy go and do that. However, I want everybody to consider that simply down to school, elementary level, you teach a kid ABCs without the song, without the ABC song. Say to him, we're going to learn 26 things, and you have to remember them in this order: A, B, C, D, E, F. And these are characters that you write with. They would be, I'm talking about 2 and 3 year olds, okay? They would be like, yo, I don't get it. But teach them A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H before them know what they are even doing. They're singing that melody,
Right.
okay? And that leads them to learn the alphabet, and that leads them to learn how to write, spell, and go on from there and do things. So, you saying putting that word, certain word sound power out into the airwaves in the future can set a tone of people learning to be complacent with violence and learning that crime is all around them and that's what they must accept as life, and start going with it even more than it should, than you should, than it should have its own numbers. It's gonna have its own numbers. But this to me, it brings about that. No, yes, I did listen to gun lyrics as a youth. And there's a couple of songs that I do have that are oriented in that respect. One of them I produced my own self in 2017. It's called Genalev. If you listen to that, it's quite violent what I'm speaking in there. But looking back on myself now and saying, my son, my daughter, my family, my extended family, my people in Jamaica who I love, do I want to put that out there to them? I don't really think it's no. This brings me to the point where what DJing is or dancehall music is to me. It is the beacon of the people. It speaks the truth of the people. So, of course, we're going to have to say, gun them there. Of course, we're going to say the scammer them there. We're going to talk about what is here. but I need us to consider that a full spectrum of the lyrics of what happens in life should be reflected in the music.
Well,
Love,
l-
hate,
let me take you
educate.
let me take you back,
Hold on, hold
sir.
on. I just want to make this point. I just want to make this point. A lot of people make songs about the badness, glorifying it. They do not say, boy, I'm nervous today. Because when I get up, I get a death threat. Simply because me a hustle or me I do my things. They don't say these things. There's no kid in dancehall I hear really saying, boy, I should not choose this life in the song. They're only saying it's the greatest thing I've ever done because it helped me to feed me and everybody else. And I'm in a business about violence. Me bust off a boy head. So that's my stance on it, bro. You can teach people to be complacent. You can help people's mood to become complacent. And when that happens, G, there's 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 no reason to question what is happening
Well, let me take you
because
back. Let me take you back.
violence and crime existed forever since, seen forever from ever before all of us was here, seen. But let me ask you just this one question. I think I asked it to you the last time we spoke, but maybe I asked in a different way. You seen just lose your father to violent means, or your brother, somebody who's your blood that you grew up with, and your cousin comes to say, listen to my song. Bust off them head, them all slip on them, blood on the ground, everything. All the nasty, all the things that we like to hear as these traumatic things that we do like to hear because our brains are wired that way now. See? The world is in generally in that, like, the tabloids do better at sales when they say this and that go on, and nothing like that not really go on. You always read it and you're like, oh, but the dark energy, the bad energy that your brain is now wired on is like, I want to see more of that. Even I want to see the car crash, even though I don't want to be in the car crash. So your person just died of a violent means, and your little cousin comes to tell you. Wouldn't you tell your cousin, hey, bro, that's too soon. My father or my brother just died, and it's a little too soon for me. Don't sing that song around me, please. This is the next aspect of it. I myself have been going through this for years where friends of my own die violently by the gun. And even though we did not bring these guns here, we're not the politicians or the businessmen to bring that bring on the wharf and brought these guns in here, we are doing the damages. I understand people have to protect themselves, and I do agree that there is militancy in life. If you stand up and just be washed over by everything that comes your way, you will be nothing. So you must be militant, and you must be able to defend yourself and be a rebel, but a rebel with a cause. Now, back in Bob Marley's day and Peter Tosh's day, the music back then, their brains were wired for revolution. Reason being because they had been through traumatic experiences for hundreds of years. And it brings it to the point where it's like, no, I'm going to say this. I'm going to bomb this. You understand? And I'm going to be a revolutionist. And I'm going to say this because of this. The kids today, and many for many years in dancehall, we have not really said this is the reason why. Few people, I can name like Bounty Killer, who defend poor people. But in one song, if one song is a gun song, I kind of hear him just go that way there in the song. I don't hear him say, because, why, or this reached me. You understand? So, I hear Spragga say songs like that, so I didn't have to bust my gun today kind of tune. See? I hear him say, peace, what is peace? Those are great lyrics to me. See? But nowadays, especially so, these kids are not orienting themselves for the full spectrum of it. They're not saying, yo, when we get my first shot. I hear Bounty Killer say it on an interview. He said, when me get my shot, I just someone know, say, yo, me I no bad boy, like, this enough for me.
See,
Something different now. Go look somewhere else. See? No, enough for the youth here. You can't tell them that at this point. I've told you already and other people in interviews that I know kids used to run behind my car, give them money, Cause them just, you know what I mean, street kids. And I'm like, yo, all this. And I see them grow up and come beside me in a dance. Walk up beside me in a dance and say to me, say, yo, me have it for me, you know. I'm like, bro, you have what for you? You don't know if anything go on. I'm like, bro, you used to run behind my car when me used to drive a Suzuki. I used to give you some money to sustain yourself with food. And I never needed your help then. And I don't need your help to navigate my safety right now. But I get that the only way that he feels that he is needed or that he has any self-worth, any worth at all to anybody. Because he didn't get a good education, not his fault. He cannot get a good job right now, not his fault. But he can control a block with that Glock. And he can look at me, who is way older than him, and say, me have your back. I mean, as a kid, I don't need you to have my back, bro. Here's what I need you to do. Consider put on that.
Well,
And or consider to do something that will bring you back more life other than looking at prison and murderers.
let me jump in.
That's all them things they do. Yeah.
Let me jump in here because I have a number of questions for you. By the way, those of you who are tuned in, we're listening to Sean Paul as we, look at the relationship, if there is a relationship between the gun lyrics in dancehall that many of us glorify, for years and years, and the increase in violence happening in Jamaica. Now, Sean, when you at that time in your career when you decided to, explore 1 and 2 Look Gun songs, mentally, where were you? Why did you think that was the right thing to do at that time, other than you being, lacking maturity? What other reason would there be?
I was just going to say, lacking maturity, but I was a young cat and I was trying to prove myself to the world. And we as men tend to be over, like we try to be over, what's the word? Especially us in Jamaica, we don't want nobody take step on us, so we're just overprotective of our own self. We don't want our feelings hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So we are prepared to hurt others' feelings first.
Now,
or not even feelings, just physically. So me as a youngster, I was like, I know I'm going to go on a stage show and somebody going to try to test me one day because that's the nature of this genre. And I have a couple of those.
So you have to put up that front there, like say you're ready for it as well, because that's what the industry calls for.
Yeah, and also it gets you in that gear of mind too. It makes me think that way.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was talking them things about Mahala peas that squeeze out your blood capillaries and left bare breeze, I was saying anybody test me. You understand the potency of those lyrics too. And I was like, I was trying to show people don't mess with me because that's how I felt in my brain.
So at that time, it wasn't only lyrics for you. That was your mental thought at the same time.
It has to be for you to sing that.
No, let me ask you this, right? Because of course you
I
are.
can't just sing. I'm not an artist. Like I see enough people don't smoke weed and them sing about it. I don't like, and I'm not saying everything I sing about is actual, real, reality fact. There's things that are embellished, of course, but you have to be in that frame of mind to make the song sound good. Maybe that is probably one of my, which everybody asks me, what is your formula? It is to be in the song and live the song at that moment.
Right.
When you're recording it and when you're singing it. So I am that at that point in time.
Because if you're not feeling that, then you just won't write the song. The song just not going to come to you.
You won't sing it good. People will be like, yeah, you understand?
Now, let me ask you this, Sean. How do you respond to someone who is definitely going to listen to this interview and going to say, yeah, that's going to be Sean's perspective and Sean's reality because Sean comes from a different surroundings than what such and such artists come from, and them man they grew up in a garrison, and them man they get up every day and them say gun, them say poverty, them don't know how them are going to eat. So these are the things that reflect what their reality is. So you can't expect Sean to understand that. How would you...
I totally agree. I'm not saying that I never even understood that.
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree with them. In Jamaica, it's like 3-4 different Jamaica in itself.
Mm-hmm.
And our matter is out of many one people. So someone like me, I try to make things equal as much as possible I can. I try to think of the other person.
Mm-hmm.
I try to think My mother always teach me, think of other people, not only yourself. So when I grew up and I start meeting people, like when I first met Dadagan, God rest him soul, that's my brethren who start Dirty Cup Crew. See, and he's the one that has died of violent means in 2005. 9 shot him get from mistaken identity. Okay? He walks into a bar, they say, oh, that's the guy. Boom, 9 shots. See? So, when I first started to know this dude, he's like, yo, come pick me up, I want to go shoot. I'm like, all right, cool. Because I never have no ride and me have my mother old bread van. It's a big VW van we used to drive. People used to laugh at me and say, Dirty Cup bread van until we just start calling it the gangbang. See? So now, we go pick him up and realize where him live. In a zinc. And sit down there with him. When it rain, water run underneath the zinc and mud run underneath them bed where them spread up nice with a sheet. And a ackee tree round the back and him father pick the ackee and cook the ackee and give me a bowl. I'm going to say, why? How come Reggae? How come you give me a bowl? Reggae say, I'm not afraid youth. If I make you say, it's going to spoil. You eat, you're there. And from them sharing with me and caring for me, I understood certain things about the hardship of where they have to live. Through sitting there looking at that. And from before, my father have many friends where he used to take me to in different communities where he used to sit down and burn chalice. I'm talking me at the age of 3 and 4 years old. See? So it's not something that I lived, but it is something that I definitely
understand.
Through the teaching of my mother, I have an understanding of it. I can't tell you say I fully understand. But I can tell you say Uptown in the 70s wasn't that great neither, you know, bro. I seen Uptown ladies fighting over one rice pack left on the shelf, fighting. And I see my mother cook white rice and pick callaloo out the backyard where she go and cook and give me for lunch because she never have nothing at the time. Some form of I can't say poverty, but some form of hardships. So when my mother teach me think of others, I think, well, look how good I have it compared to some others. See? So, and the fact that I keep bringing this up, it is because I care for my people. You have people that say to me, why haven't you moved from Jamaica? And I said, Jamaica has made me who I am. See? And the way how it's going right now, I remember going through the 70s. A beer gunshot me here as a picnic. Beer gunshot every day. All uptown, everywhere you go. My father's office was downtown. See? Water Lane, downtown. And he used to screen print T-shirts. They also moved to right by Hero Circle, right there. So he had a screen print. My mother used to do the artwork for it. We did shirts for Stone Love, the People's Sound. See? So as a kid, there was no bubble for me, especially when police would come to my father's yard every week, Sunday, because certain things he was involved in. And that eventually lead him to crash a ganja plane in the Everglades, and that eventually lead him to jail, then deported to Jamaica. He deported himself. He left when he had a case there. He came back to Jamaica, and a few years later, again, prison for 15 years sentence. GP. So I've been into GP. Many of those people, not as a prisoner, but to check my father and bring him food. See? So I've seen the ins and outs of what Jamaica has to offer, of the best things and the worst things. And right. I can tell you that the best things are in Jamaica. And I wish that for the rest and the entire of Jamaica. So whoever says that doesn't know that about me and know that I can establish that on your show, bro. Give thanks.
Now, those of you who are listening, we're speaking to Sean Paul, and we're speaking about gun lyrics and, the impact or, lack of impact that it may have in a negative way on the society in Jamaica. Sean is saying that it's time to give it a break. Is that where you are, Sean, right? It's time to give it a break. We don't need that in the culture anymore.
It's time to speak a lot of real things about that part of the culture, because where you glorify it and you don't teach a kid the ABCs of it, that, yo, bro, you see when you step out there and your hands start sweat, and you can't even aim to something good, and you know, say something that come for burn your back. Can you manage that? Can you manage that?
So
Because a lot of them run up in it and them don't know, say, when the shot beat them now, them time I hear them a ball for them mother. Why would I be a human being that love to see this reoccur and reoccur and reoccur? We already have a system, not just talking about Jamaica, but worldwide, a system that doesn't recognize that people of African descent and Indian descent and Chinese descent have worth in this place to the Western world. So you're going to actually sit down and just be part of the problem still.
So let me get you. Let me interject again. So what you're describing right now, Sean, and this is a great angle that you're taking in the conversation. By the way, thank you so much. What you're describing is that the dancehall, the gun lyrics glorifies being the gangster. It glorifies killing. It glorifies busting the shots. But there's no warning to tell the ghetto youth them or people who are interested in this lifestyle the dangers of becoming a part of this particular lifestyle. Correct?
Yeah, somebody play that role now. Somebody play the role to say, yo, shot licked me yesterday, it's hot. I'm nearly dead. Me can't go to hospital car. Tell them story then. Poof. And let me go and tell my romantic love stories them with the girls them, alright? And other people will do what them want to do. See? But now me I spit certain reality right now. See, there's space for everybody and every direction of the spectrum of life, because that's what art's supposed to be, a reflection of life. And we are not reflecting life properly. And that's our job. And everybody keeps saying, oh, we don't have no responsibility. We have a responsibility. People who used to chant back in the day, you call them shaman. See? And them know certain thing about herbs and them something there, but differently, them chant spirits, when them chant spirit come around them and come in them. That's why I don't like a lot of the DJs them will just talk. Because you're not chant to me. And the spirit not in you. That's what I just tell you, say, you have to become that thing. You do become that thing if you believe, if you actually write that song with your full heart.
Can we blame the artists them for the constant rise in criminality in Jamaica?
No.
Is there a direct connection?
No, the only direct connection is when a man bust, get some money and buy some holy gun.
Mm-hmm.
For his protection. And you can't control that, bro. You don't name army, you don't name police, you don't name, you know what I mean? You don't have no holy for training, you never got no gun range, nothing like that. You beat 1 and 2 shots after people. You don't have that in you.
In that instance, it wouldn't be the music that you would be blaming. It would be the artist itself that is buying the guns, correct? It wouldn't be the music.
Yeah, that to me is dumb, because you get a blessing from God. You can go any other job right now, and any job they even go to school and be very educated and take a job, it's not going to pay you as much as when you have a couple hit song, bro. You know that. Enough for them kids, they know that. See? So that's a blessing, and you have to take that and do something positive and constructive with it for yourself, your family, your immediate community, and your country, your genre. You know if you have it and just play with it like how you play with it. No, bro. So for buy guns for people who you don't know, so you can't control them, that don't make no sense to me. Seeing everything have an order. And I feel that in Jamaica right now, a lot of time we just don't business with no order. It's like a white free for what?
Now,
right? So me just want to put that down there. Say, yeah, if artists are behaving in that way, if they can sell condoms, if they can sell liquor, if they can sell anything, records, there's influence there. And me I say, just try to be a positive influence when it come on to that gun thing. They tell the real story them. If you have to talk that way there, if you have to say them thing there, tell some real story. Because them not real no more.
Show the dangers of the lifestyle in which you are talking about, correct?
Yeah, man, because when Bounty Killer say certain thing, he might go into it and he might make you know how it stay. See? So, right now, I want the youth them And that's real. So it's there when you're trying to attack or defend somebody or defend yourself. But then tell the next real part of the story. You shot one man and you can't stop seeing him dopey. I know some man like that, you know, brother. He just dip on him and can't sleep. When you hear them talk, them just like them feel, them don't know what to feel, them not have no feeling no more, and them want feeling.
If we were to take the gun lyrics and gangster lyrics out of the dancehall space, do you think that it would have a positive effect on the society in Jamaica moving forward? If we had that power to take it out?
As I said before, it's there for a reason. It's there for a reason. It's supposed to be that 30 years ago, Ninja Man comes say gun pan teeth, and society and the government say, but wait, what am I say? Zine, we have to go look for the youth alive. How come you attack them thing there? I'm saying it because this is around me everywhere. You're not doing nothing about it. Do something about it. And they should have done something about it. See? So it comes to the point where it's a style and it's a whole thing in our music. I don't hear a whole heap of other music, especially singing many violent songs. There's one or two rock songs about I just got my gun and all these things. Yeah. There's one or two songs that can tell a violent story in even romantic music. See? But it's not the whole artist focus on what him come here for do. See? So that in itself has led to, as I said, the complacency. All who don't know the word, they go look it up. Complacency. It means something that maybe you weren't okay with, and then you start becoming complacent with. You're like, okay,
you accept it now.
That's the norm now.
Yeah.
No, that's not the norm, bro. We don't go around killing our brothers. See? We've been through enough. See? So that complacency leads to future disrespect and future incidences of people being complacent with more and more violence, until when violence reaches my doorstep, you think me now go violent to brother? You think me I gotta sit down easy and give away my life, sir? No. My all of these squeeze out your blood capillaries and left bare breeze. So that's what I'm saying. That was in me, bro. That came out of me, and I mean it. Don't test me. But I don't have to say that to people for people to respect me. We can actually sing a song like Guns Have Never Run and have people look on it in a different angle.
Seen.
I'm not say nothing different in other song that we never learned from a Bob Marley song. But nobody's telling those sides enough. There's not enough people telling those sides. When Papa Song used to come in and dance, he could have clash, and he could have tell you a funny song and tell you a song about life too. And that was our genre. So don't tell me say the most hardcore thing is just is the DJ. No, the DJ is the most versatile thing. Who can do what him like to do and tell the story how him like.
Mm-hmm.
Present the story as plain fact to you, how he sees it and how he wants it. And so the society can say, well, boy, I never know said them thing they are going. Or some people would have say, yeah, me know them thing they are going a long time. And about shot feet and say, yeah. But it needs to reflect all the things that's going on.
Sean, you sound very upset though. You sound fed up with what's going on in the genre. Am I correct
Bro,
by
the man
saying that?
just walking around church and take out a woman when she pray, no matter what she do. The rest of people them where them med. Whether you believe in a Jesus Christ or you believe in a God or what you believe in. Nobody don't deserve that in them quiet time, in them time of reflection, to even sit down and witness that right stuff. I no must vex, man. What do you think me do? Sit down and stand and go eat back white hard bread and cock up my foot? You think me not think about my friend them who out there, me have friend with death, yo, me have friend with death, yo. Off a gunshot, enough. Just where they are. Seeing?
How do you plan to approach this thing moving forward? Like, what is the approach for Sean Paul?
Just going to keep talking like this, and whoever is learning the ABCs right now, it's going to sink into them. And then I understand, say, yo, that's one-sided, what I'm hearing from nobody who's not telling me that's the truth. I want to hear the whole truth. And I want to look. And I want to hear different things. And some of them already know that them not going in that direction. But you have some youth when we probably could have reached with them talking and a couple songs like the Guns and everyone and say, think about something else than that, brother. See? And right now, a lot of the violence going on, some of it, them saying is because of scamming and the whole. I just want the man them know. If you kill your brother, if you kill somebody, no matter how, you can't get rid of them, you know, bro. Your soul dead, you know? Your soul dead, bro. See? So that's a come favor. That is called karma. And energy, even when your own has been on this earth for the longest time and nothing don't reach you back, when it transfers to the next step, you get it back.
Why, Sean Paul, give thanks so much for reasoning with us, brother. Jano Star.
Appreciate the time, bro.
Very strong words, my brother. Very, very strong words. And of course, we will continue to have this conversation as I continue to speak to different dancehall artists and reggae artists, which is one and the same, that have made careers and contributions to what's going on in the dancehall space. Sean, thank you so much, my brother.
Bro, give thanks for the time. And I just want to bless up everybody. If you never did listen from the top, I'm not saying that dancehall lyrics make a person pick up a life of crime and gunship and all them things there. I'm saying that's making us complacent, and we need to tell the full story of everything that happens in that world. And we also need to warn the picnic them from now to say, yo, we don't want it get no further than where it's there. Because it's there worse than enough place on the earth. Jamaica me I talk to. And all who are foreign, who live certain life who are different right now, and don't understand the point that I'm making about if it's too soon that it was your cousin or still your blood that down at Jamaica there, yeah? We have to start consider ourselves like that and figure out how to change and figure out how to work with problems and change problems that we have in different ways. You can use your brain and get over anything, any obstacle in our life. That's why we human beings are human beings and not animals. See? So big up on yourself, enough love, who was tuning in. Everybody who vex with me, go and vex. Come here and talk my truth. Lion heart at them. See it? Mad people think.